All right, traders, within this video, I'm going to prepare you to trade the best setups at the best prices this week using the unique gap trading strategies that we're using to consistently make money within the stock market. We are going to be doing an updated price action analysis on the SPY towards the end of this video as the futures are currently going down. We're also going to be going over the top stocks this week. I'm going to show you how to trade the best setups at the best prices. I'm going to show you where to be buying the call options, where to be locking in your profits, where to be buying the put options, where to be locking in your profits. I'm going to show you how to trade these both ways. We're going to be going over Prog stock, A stock, Affirm, LLY, DraftKings, EIGR, CVX, MULN, AMD, NEO, Triple BY, Tilray, and AMC. So let's get right into this updated price action analysis. Make sure you smash this like button because I'm telling you, we got some phenomenal money making opportunities within this video. So let's get right into it. So first things first, let's start off with AMC. So in terms of AMC, this is going to be a gap close reversal strategy. This gap can potentially fill this week. If not, it is bound to fill here in April. So I want to prepare you guys for this setup. So first things first, make sure you set your price alert at this key level so you are prepared to trade the best setups at the best prices. One thing we do differently is we are premeditated trading. We identify the best setups. We identify the key levels to be trading at. We set the price alerts. Then once the price alert triggers, we wait for the confirmation. If we get the confirmation, we execute on the trade. And we are grateful for that opportunity because that is truly going to be the best opportunity that the market has given us. And if we get stopped out, we get stopped out. That's part of the game. But when we win, it's going to be a much bigger win and outweigh all of the losses. Plus the win rate is very, very high. Not that it needs to be with this phenomenal risk to return ratio. So AMC, there's a gap to fill at $20.24, right? So the reason why I think we could see a strong gap close reversal where AMC fills this gap at 2024, starts to bottom out in the low 20s, then it starts to shoot back up. The reason why I believe that's going to happen is because this stock, and not every stock does this. This is why you have to use the strategy per stock, right? So this stock has a strong history. It has a strong foundational history of having gap close reversals, meaning when it fills a gap, it has a reversal. So like, what does that mean? You could see like right here, there was a gap to fill on AMC at $49.40. Once it filled the gap on this day, it shot back up, had a little reversal, came back up to fill this gap at 54.22, had a very nice reversal. You could have done a nice trade on that with some call options and made 100% plus return. And it's not the first time it's done that. Right here, there was a gap to fill at $32.04. It came back down to fill the gap at $32.04. Just 2 days after that, it shot up to $46.55. Right here, there was a gap to fill at $26.12. Let's see how it reacted when AMC stock hit $26.12. This is the day where it filled the gap. It bottomed out just $1 lower at $25.31, less than $1 lower, and it shot all the way back up just a few days later to $34. And right here, there was a gap to fill on AMC at, let's see, $16.41. Let's see where AMC bottomed out when it hit that level. This is the day where it hit that key level in terms of, let's see, we got to go back a little bit more into this. So let's see, 1641 is what we're looking for. So right here, this is where it ended up filling that gap. It bottomed at 1622 and it shot up to 1856. So I've just proven to you this stock has a strong foundational history of filling gaps and then having a reversal when that gap fills. And you could use it both ways. So with that being said, we just had a massive overreaction on AMC where this shot up to $20 all the way to $34 in just 2 single days. And it's crashing very, very quickly to come back to fill the gap that's waiting to fill below at $20.24, which is going to be key previous resistance. And if that key previous resistance can turn into support, it's going to have another nice move up. It's going to have another nice breakout, another nice run. There is also a gap to fill at $29.44 above. So what I want you to keep in mind about AMC is it had a massive breakout. It's coming back down to fill this gap below. What we're going to be looking for is this previous resistance right here at $20.57, this gap fill level right here at 2024. We're looking for the low 20 range to react as a support level. If we get the bullish confirmations in the low 20s, it's going to be a buy and ride this back up. We'll have to see. We have to take it one step at a time. It is going to be a day trading opportunity. For it to be a swing trading opportunity, it has to close strong and form a bullish candlestick like this. It has to have a nice green strong bullish candlestick on the daily, which is not determined until the last 5 minutes of the close. So anything before then will be a day trade, right? So there could be an opportunity to swing trade it as well. We have to see how it looks on the daily, but as of now, it's going to be a day trading opportunity. 2024 is going to be the key gap close reversal level on AMC. That is going to be the #1 best A1 setup. That price alert will be triggering sometime during April. It could be as early as this week, if not later into April. And that opportunity that I just gave you there, it should easily make you back more than the cost of Trader Society. We're going to be all over that one, trading it live. People love attacking this stock towards the gap fill levels for reversal for a nice phenomenal dip buying opportunity. And you can't say the same for every single stock. You know, this is why you have to be aware of what stock you're trading with the strategy. You can't just say, oh, there's a gap to fill here, I'm going to buy the dip. You have to use confirmations. You have to check the chart history. You have to see the foundational work. Does that stock like to have strong reversals at those key gap fill support levels, right? And AMC definitely qualifies for that. So our next one is going to be Tilray. Tilray, we have a gap to fill right here at $6.97. Once we take out the 730 support, it's going to fill the gap at $6.97. I want to see how it reacts towards that gap fill level. Not really expecting anything great for this one. I just want to see how it reacts towards that level with the strategy. Not too interested in it. I just kind of want to see how it reacts towards that gap close reversal level, see if we can get a small little reversal around that level. If not, and it cracks this 697, we're going to be heading to 630 fairly quickly on that one. So triple BY. You know, triple BY, we explained how it's looking very bullish on the daily here. The key make it or break it level for this one is going to be like 2190. I'm not looking to risk much on this swing trade. Like 2190 will be my max stop on that. If it starts to go under 2220 or $22, then I'm most likely going to be getting out. Like maybe 21.70 will be the absolute most I'm willing to risk on that. But in terms of the daily chart, it does look bullish, but it needs to start going up. If this can't start moving up, I am bailing out of that swing trade on Monday. This needs to start like trending up immediately, right? But in terms of the daily chart, this is a bullish pattern, so we'll see how it reacts. SPY is currently down in after hours, which could definitely affect this as well. So we'll see. It's at a make it or break it key level with support level. We've got a nice bullish candle coming in. We'll see how it reacts. If not, then I'm going to step out of that trade and I'm not going to look to get back in on that one. The volume is extremely light and it needs to move. Monday's going to be make it or break it for that stock. It must stay above 2170, but ideally, like, we need to really stay above this like 2250 would be the key level on that. So Neo is getting a little interesting for this one. You know, this had a very nice gap close reversal towards $20.26, that same key level that we talked about with like AMC. So we do have this gap to fill below. We're most likely going to fill that gap fairly quickly. What I want to do on this one is I want to look for a potential dip buying opportunity towards the lower gap. There's a gap to fill at 2105. I want to go with the one that's at 1991. So set a price alert for Neo at 1991. If we could see some support around 1950 to if we could see some support around 1930 to 1990, I'll be interested in doing a micro trade for some calls on a Neo stock. For the short term, it's not looking the most bullish, and it does look like it wants to go back down to fill that gap at 2105, right? Not the most bullish chart we're getting here. In terms of AMD is going to be another top setup. So for this one, our new key level, we're gonna call it 109, which was the previous key level, and also $108.20. So if 109 to 108.20 reacts as a resistance level, it's looking bearish, it's showing signs of weakness, it's showing signs of resistance, it's breaking down towards that zone, then you're going to want to look to grab some puts on this one and expect to crack below 106.10. In terms of what the daily chart is telling me on this one, it looks like we haven't bottomed yet. That's really what it looks like. I mean, I just want to point this out right here. See how it gaps down on this day, and then it just kind of downtrends, it sits, and then 2 days hard sell-off. That's what the chart is looking like on AMD right now. This did just gap down. It's due for some sort of micro push up. But the key point I'm trying to make here is if this can't turn 109 into a support level and break above that, it's going to be a hard sell. It's going to keep on dropping to about, I would say $103 within some time, $102, $103. So it's make it or break it for AMD. It needs to turn 108 to 109 into a support level. As of now, this isn't looking that bullish. It's really not, and it looks like it wants to go lower. So if we can continue to, maintain some resistance at 108 to 109, I'll be interested in scalping some micro put options on this. Your key make it or break it level is 108 to 109. So that's the thoughts for that one. It does look like within some time it wants to go lower. MULN is getting fairly interesting here. We still have this gap to fill above at $2.98. There's a gap to fill at 298. So in terms of its overall chart, you could see previous resistance. It breaks out, comes back down a little bit, turns it into support. Then it breaks out, comes back down, turns your previous resistance right here into support. In terms of the trend with this one, it's getting a little bit sloppy. We are at some key make it or break it resistance levels. We need to quickly go above 3. This stock, in order for this to run, it needs to hold 3. This is the make it or break it key level. If it cannot hold 3 and that reacts as a resistance level, you're going to be looking at a pullback to about $2.35 within some time. If it can turn $3 into support, then you're going to be looking at a breakout to 350s. It has strong resistance at 350, 360. That's where the key resistance really is besides 3. It would need to break out above 3 to push to the next resistance, which would be in the low 4s. So, that's the analysis on that one. It's at its make it or break it key level. If you see it struggling towards this 298, it's going to have a gap close reversal and start to come back down and try to crack this 260s within some time to go to about 235. That $3 level is make it or break it for that push to 360, if not for that breakdown to 235 within some time. So for CVX, this is going to be one of my favorite setups at the moment. For those of you who've been following this channel, you've been well aware I've been interested in buying some leap put options on this stock since it was in the 170s. I still haven't pulled the trigger on that idea yet. We do have a gap to fill above at 169.30. We do have a gap to fill above at 170.90. It seems to really be struggling to fill this one at 170.90. It just seems like it can't do it. And you can see for the past 3 days now, we've been reacting as a gap close reversal. You got key resistance, a key gap close reversal level right here at 166.35. And that was the exact high. Look at this candle, 166.35. Look at the previous closing price, 166.35. Had a gap close reversal to the T, to the exact point, to the exact top. That's the beauty of this strategy. Get you in at the best price possible. And then it had a nice reversal, a nice crash all the way down to 163. So with this one, the options are very, very cheap, especially the puts. If you go with some midterm puts, these are fairly cheap. Look at these. The 160 strike, you can get in on those at like $375 a contract. Like, that's very, very cheap for these contracts. So my whole idea for this opportunity is to go with put options. And you're probably wondering, well, like, how much time do you really want to give it? I want to stay close to in the money. And I'm thinking I'm thinking June 17th to May 20th. I'm thinking one of those strikes, most likely June 17th. It's always better to give yourself a little bit more time when you're swing trading. I just think within some time, it's going to sell off. Like, this gap to fill at 157, that's not going to have a problem filling. Those contracts are going to print once that target reaches. If you do stay at the money, if you do stay in the money, right? If you go far out of the money, then forget about it. But as long as you give yourself enough time on expiration and you stay at the money or in the money, these contracts should do fairly well. So I'm still waiting for a bit more of a confirmation, and I do want to play it safe in a sense because there is some gaps to fill above. It's a little bit hard to read on where it's heading for the midterm at the moment with the way the chart's looking, but I am leaning more towards the bearish side. So I'm kind of just waiting for more confirmations, but I do want to pull that trade at some point in time. I'm just waiting for more bearish confirmations on that. I would love the bearish confirmations to be triggered at 171, much better price with the gap close reversal. So that's something on my passive income midterm leap option put radar. Same exact thing that I just said would be with EIGR. I think this one is going to have a hard sell-off to fill this gap that's waiting to fill below at 570. We can get there as early as May 20th. So for this one, I'm interested in May 20th, 7.5 out of money strike. If they had a more closer to the at the money strike, I would go with those, but it's going to be the 7.5 strike. And I'll be sized in fairly light on those because those can be very wide at times. I'm just waiting for more of a bearish confirmation. But as you can see, if you're looking at the overall daily chart on EIGR, this is really setting up for a pullback. You're topping out towards 52-week highs. It's struggling to break out. It's extremely inflated. It triggered dark blue on the squeeze indicator. Ever since it did that, it's been downtrending for the most part. And if you just look at the overall past of this stock, it's not known for really holding its gains, and it loves to fill those gaps that are waiting to fill below. So I can definitely see a gap fill to 570 within the next 2 months, I would say. So I'm just waiting for some more bearish confirmations for some more lower highs. We did just have a bounce from some key support in the 8s. So I kind of want to see if it can turn this key resistance at 9 or even 880 into resistance, this key previous support into resistance. If we can see some lower highs, I'll be interested in pulling the trigger. If not, I'm going to have to wait a little bit on the back burner and wait towards the upper 9s on that one. So that's on my radar as well. Duncan is going to be a very, very decent setup here. So we got a gap to fill below on DraftKings stock on DKNG at 1865. You know, there's a gap to fill at 1865. I want to see how it reacts towards 1865. That's going to be your key make it or break it support level. So if it starts to bottom out, it's going to have a nice move up into the 1950s. If it starts to break down, we're looking at a little downside move to about $18 a share on that. So your key level is 1865 on DraftKings stock. I want to give a big shout out to Swanks in the chat room for swing trading this. He's been killing it with the swing trades both ways. He ended up buying some call options on LLY. Those are currently printing. Always, you know, if for those of you in Trader Society, make sure you go to the members call out section and post your best trades there, because we're going to be scouting for moderators, and there's going to be benefits for moderators. You know, once we start to get some very solid traders who are alerting their trades in real time, right? If you're interested in doing that. Always be on the watch for the member call out section within the Discord chat. So he alerted this one. The calls are absolutely printing. In terms of the chart, this looks like a very, very bullish chart. It looks like we're really on track to keep going higher and to gap up into this week. What I like about this chart is your strong key resistance level. Look at this wick right here, $284. Massive sell-off to $260. That's a big downside potential level, and it happened very, very quickly. Well, what happens if the inverse happens? What happens if the stock breaks out, and then when it comes back down and it turns that previous resistance into support, it's going to have that big upside move instead of that big downside move. And that's what it's currently doing. You could see it had a nice breakout. It came back down. It bottomed at the previous resistance level, and now it's pushing back up. And this candlestick right here on the daily is very, very bullish. And it's the exact bottom of this wick is at that exact top of that big downside previous resistance level. Study this candlestick towards a key breakout, and you'll see how this stock likes to perform. Let's find an example, right? I'm always doing this. I'm always looking at the candles, seeing if I can find that similar candle reaction previously. And if you just study, there's been times where this stock formed this candle towards key resistance that's now key support, and it likes to gap up. It likes to move the next day. I mean, some similar candlesticks you can just see, like there's some similar candlesticks. If you study the chart of this one, this is a similar candlestick. It likes to move up. This is a similar candlestick. It likes to move up for the micro. So we're looking at a very micro bullish move on LLY. This is going to be one of my favorite setups right now. I'm very bullish on it. The key level for this one is going to be 295. If we can go above 295, we're looking at a push to about $300. The chart looks very, very micro bullish as of now. This is what I wanted to point out. See the same candlestick right here, moves up nicely the next day. So for this one, I'm going to be looking into the April 8th call options, and I'll be going with the at the money strikes. So most likely a 292.5 strike on those. We'll have to see. But those are going to be on my radar for sure on Monday. That's one of my favorite setups right now. Ader stock likes having gap close reversals. So we just bottomed out multiple times at 217, at 210, had a very nice quick micro runs into the 270s, into the 290s. With that being said, we're heading back towards key support. The micro chart is currently bearish. It's due for a run up, very bullish on it for the micro. I'm waiting for the gap to fill at 214. Once this gap fills at 214 and I get some support confirmations, I'm going to be interested in buying the dip and looking to ride it back up a little bit towards the mid twos. We'll have to see, take it one step at a time. But that's the plan, to buy the gap, close reversal. Got to wait for the bullish confirmations to come in at $2.14. That's going to be a great setup. So I'm looking forward to that. Affirm. So Affirm ended up forming its first doji. If you look at the daily chart on this stock, it has never formed a doji. Those key gray candlesticks, those key trend reversal candlesticks that we use to confirm reversals. This is what we call a Dragonfly Doji right here. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this reacts. I'm kind of just studying to see how this reacts right now. I do have some leap call options that are up over 40% on the moment on this one. I bought those when it was at like $41. It went all the way down to 26. My contracts were down at 80%. Right now I'm up 40%. The theta decay barely affected me because I went with a at the money June 17th, I think, expiration. That's the beauty of leaps. You can afford to be down a lot at first because the theta decay isn't going to affect you. As long as that stock recovers, you're still going to be good. But if you're just, if you're trying to hold these contracts that are like out of the money and that have a very quick expiration, your timing has to be very, very on point, and your price targets have to be very, very on point. But the beauty of leaps is it's like passive income. It's like trading the stock. It's like trading an option within shares as if it was truly a stock. It's a lot less stressful and a lot more passive. So I want to see how this reacts. See if we can turn this key gap fill level 43.25 into support. If so, that's going to be a great micro buying opportunity for the micro. But I do want to see how it reacts with this doji. I'm finding that very interesting. Last stock but not least, Prog. So for this one, we're waiting for the gap to fill at 89 cents. There's a gap to fill at 89 cents. That is where I plan to buy Prog. The amount of buying opportunities with call options and the amount of shorting opportunities with put options, or you could have went short on shares that I've given on this stock that have been accurate, is truly unbelievable. It's like, if you haven't taken advantage of these opportunities, I truly don't understand what is that you guys are doing, because I'm giving you the best setups at the best prices like possible. Like, these are type setups where I'm truly grateful and honored to be taking, even if I take the loss, because the loss will be so small compared to when I win. And it's like, just to be in this opportunity is truly amazing. So this is going to be a phenomenal setup. We got to wait for 89 cents. There's going to be a gap fill at 89 cents. Look for the reversal, look for the bullish confirmations, ride it back up to fill the gap above at 161. 89 cents is going to be that key dip buying opportunity, and that should give you more than enough money to join Trader Society. Like, the amount of bag holders that I saved from this stock when I was telling people to short it in the fives, when I was telling people to short it in the threes, when I told people when this was in the threes, it's going to go to $1.05, and my channel gets so much hate from that. I think it even got blacklisted at one point, where like the videos weren't getting recommended anymore and it weren't showing up in the sub box because of all the hate and dislikes and all that stuff. Like, I think they like shadow banned me at a point in time for telling the truth about where I think these stocks are heading. That these stocks that have very strong cultural movements, these very strong movements. But I keep it how it is. I keep it real. I'm not here to try to get the most views or anything like that. If I was doing that, I'd be doing clickbait and doing a bunch of other things. But I'm just trying to keep it real with you guys. 89 cents is going to be a great dip buying opportunity. And then in terms of the puts and the short, that's going to be at 161 for the gap close reversal. So we're looking at a back-to-back gap close reversal on this stock. The amount of bag holders that I've saved from this stock is truly amazing, but then there's a lot who didn't listen to me as well. I'm telling you, it's like the opportunities I'm giving you, it should not be a problem to join Trader Society, and that's where you're truly going to learn how this entire system works. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it off at that. 89 cents. I'm gonna hit that with some size. If we can get some bullish confirmations at that level, definitely looking to hit that with some size. If 89 cents cracks, then the next level is going to be at right here at 67 cents. So if 89 cents cracks, cool, I get stopped out for a small loss, then I buy it at 67 cents, make it all back and more because it's at a lower price, a lower average, and I can hit it with more size because it's a lower price as well. So that's the beauty of it. It's the beauty of this gap close reversal strategy. So that's my thoughts on Prog, waiting on that one. But yeah, guys, that is going to be, so the top setups for the micro that I'm really keeping an eye on. AMC is going to be the number one setup. Triple BY I like, but it has to go green. If not, then I'm going to look to bail out on that one. And let's see. CVX, I like for the midterm, waiting for confirmation. EIGR, I like for the midterm, waiting for confirmation. LLY, I really like that for the micro. And then PROG and Affirm, those are going to be some good setups. I like PROG a lot more Ader, not Affirm, Ader. I like the PRG setup a lot more than the Ader stock. So yeah, that's my thoughts. That's my analysis, guys. We are truly in a for those of you within Trader Society, we're going to be trading live like we do every single day at market open tomorrow. We're going to be prepared to trade the best setups at the best prices. We got to see how this market reacts to the price action. We got to see if the confirmations come in at the key levels. We got to see if something new pops up on the morning scanners as well. So I'm going to keep you guys up to date as always within the chat and during the live trading streams where I answer your questions live at open and then I show you me trading live, all that stuff. If you do want to be a part of Trader Society, you get instant access, you get lifetime access for a limited time only. You'll be grandfathered in for life. It's only a one-time fee. It's going to be the first link down below in the description. You get to watch me trade live every single day at market open. That's where you get to learn the live trading, learn the confirmations I use, watch me trade live within real time, get your questions answered live on spot within real time. You also get access to the chat room. You also get access to the watch list and the stock analysis. That's really going to point you in the right direction as well in terms of preparation and premeditated trading. And then the live trading is where you get to see me trade the plan, trade the watch list once we get the confirmations, right? So it's really going to help you. It's a step-by-step program, very, very simple. We create the watch list, it's premeditated. And then, in terms of market open, that's when we look to trade live. If a stock hits the key level from the watch list, if the price alert triggers and we get the reaction we're looking for, we get the confirmation, then we execute the trade and we trade the plan. Very, very simple. I'm typically done and I trade best the first hour of market open. That's when I'm typically done. Within the first hour, you can make a very, very nice percentage return on your portfolio with these option contracts. So yeah, and I'm compounding the count, keeping it very simple, and just letting the gains compound themselves, letting the compound do the work for me, not going all in and stuff like that. Playing it very smart with risk management and position sizing. You're also going to learn that within the program. Within the video lesson library, you learn the technical trading gap trading system strategies, the price action trading strategies. You learn risk management and position sizing, the psychology, the mindset to trading. And there's a lot more to it. So if you do want to check it out, it's going to be that first link down below in the description. As soon as you sign up, you get started with instant access to everything, and you can trade live with us as soon as the market opens tomorrow. I'm telling you, these videos can be very helpful, but if you're looking for that real-time analysis and that next level up, the full entire system, it's going to be within Trader Society. Because I'm telling you guys, these real-time updates are extremely important within the morning, within the pre-market. Like extended hours trading, that pre-market price action is really going to help me in terms of reactions. That market open is really going to help me towards reactions. It can alter the perceptions of these videos. It can really do that. That's why I try to, show you guys how to trade these both ways. But yeah, I'm going to leave it off at that. This is going to be an exciting week, guys. I'm really looking forward to it. We got some good setups lined up. I will see you in the live trading session tomorrow.